Hello, y'all. I am back again for another video, along with being on this exercise bike. So, this video is going to be about questions and no contact, and overall adult decisions in your life and in my life. So, I want to go over and explain the process that I am going through that will do nothing but lead to more healing in my life along with happiness. And I think by recognizing the things that I'm recognizing, it will also bring more happiness to people that are around me or on the phone. Anyone that's in contact with me will benefit from my mindset and my overall emotions and decisions that I'm making. So, I did a video. If you go through my videos, it will say that the video was about a month ago, but YouTube does that. Just because it says that video was created a month ago does not mean a literal month, because the video that I did when your no contact is questioned, I uploaded that video around July 24th. And I explained to you the question. You got to go back and look at those videos. I will actually put those two videos in the description box. And so you don't have to look for them. It will be in the description box. So there was a part 1 to your no contact is question, and there's a part 2. And I mentioned two particular people asked me a question regarding my relative that passed away, asking why didn't I go see them more? Now, I'm going to give you a suggestion, y'all. A serious suggestion. When someone asks you a question, be very observant of their behavior after the question. And when I say after the question, I don't necessarily mean right when they ask it. And the reason I say this, it will give you a motive of why they're asking it. Because everyone that asks you questions, y'all, it's not out of a place of genuine love, care, or respect or true regard for you. So, two people asked me a similar question. One was male, one was female. Now, the male relative that asked me the question, no problem with it. It's not, see, like I said, you got to look at the behavior after the question's asked, right? And in general, what I'm learning from this is this: financial decisions are more respected than emotional decisions. With that being said, no matter who someone is to me, whether they be my parent, my child, niece, nephew, cousin, good friend, someone in a religious organization, no matter who they are to me, if I decide we shouldn't talk, or if they decide that we shouldn't talk, it's an emotional decision. However, no one ever questions somebody and says, well, why did you buy that house? And if they do, it may be out of a place of jealousy or lack of respect. So, if I would have bought $1 million house, hypothetically, this same individual wouldn't have asked, well, why did you buy that house? Most likely. But emotional decisions, you got to get to the point where you understand those decisions are just as important as financial decisions. So I didn't go buy $1 million house because I don't have $1 million. However, emotional decisions keep you alive and keep others alive. It keeps people out of prisons, jails, and it keeps people out of grave sites and mental institutions. Okay, this is what emotional decisions do. And that's why at some point a level of no contact is recommended or is done, whether it be consciously or subconsciously. So, okay, that was July 24th when I uploaded the video. Um, your no contact was questioned or something, or my no contact was questioned. So, I would say approximately about a month later, around the middle of August, I went into a no contact with the friend that asked me, why didn't I go see the person more? And this is why I did it. For one, um, I don't need someone that's antagonistic around me, right? I don't need someone agitating me through my grieving process. I don't need it. I really, when I look at it, and this is why I did another video about putting more thought into it, y'all. You gotta start sitting on stuff. You know, that's why they got that old quote, sleep on it, y'all. Sleep on it means think about it. Don't make hasty decisions. So, what I did, I kind of evaluated the behavior of the female that asked me this question. And when I think more about the question, I will go into this. Okay, first of all, this particular lady, back in 2018, I was on a phone call with her. And my immediate relative that passed away was on the phone with me. And when I mentioned the lady's name, my relative that passed away, however, she was not passed away in 2018, she was on the phone with me and she asked me if she could speak to the lady. And the lady said this: I don't want to speak to her. Just nasty attitude, y'all. But see, and that's a person's right. See, this is the difference. See, I never questioned the lady about that. And this is why I'm not speaking to the lady, or one of the reasons. See, you got to watch people that's questioning you about adult decisions. So when I asked that particular lady, not asked, I transferred the message because my relative, she asked to speak with the lady. So the lady had a bad attitude, said she didn't want to speak to her. However, I don't know what that lady just went through. I don't know who she might have had an argument with in her house. See, I don't take things so personal. When you tell me you don't want to talk to somebody, that is your right and that is an adult decision. And I'm one of those people, y'all. I would like someone to treat me the way I treat them. So I didn't question her about it. She said she didn't want to talk to the person. I'm not one of those evil people where I went back and told my relative. She said, no, she don't want to speak to you. I didn't do that. She said she didn't want to speak to her. Maybe if I would have asked at a later date, maybe she would have. But I'm not the type where I'm going to re-ask somebody the question. So when you put more thought into things, you got to start looking at how you react to people and how they react to you. So I didn't question her. That's an adult decision. I can't make anybody talk to my relative, even if my relative asks to talk to them. However, what I can say is that my relative that passed away had more of the genuine heart towards the lady. So someone has to have a lot of audacity to ask you, well, why didn't you go visit them more? I could have responded and been like, well, why didn't you say hi to her when you had the chance, when I was on the phone with her? Because at least I was speaking with her over the phone. So, adult decisions, you got to be careful when you're dealing with people that's not understanding wisdom and not understanding your decisions in life that are very beneficial to you. Never do anything you can't live with. And that's what I try to avoid. I try to avoid doing anything that I can't live with. And one of the things that is a really big thing that I would rather never do is a murder. And that's because for me, it would be hard for me to live with taking someone's life, especially if there was another option, because I can't reverse that decision. Just like I can't reverse any other decision. And this is another thing I've learned about people. Okay, some biblical references have some merit to it. A disobedient child does not live all his days. And I'm not speaking of the person that passed away, I'm speaking about myself. I was advised by my mother when this immediate relative was 11 years old. I talked about this in another video, to get her out of my home. Okay. And of course, I didn't do it at that time. But ultimately, at some point, when the relative got in her teenage years, I did end up following my mom's advice. And this is why. Wisdom. A disobedient child does not live all his days. And I'm still here on this video. I am living all of my days and the most of the days that I can, because I did inherently end up taking the advice of my mom. I just did. It was good advice considering the situation. You know, you go out here and you're gonna have relatives. Maybe some families don't have psychopaths in their family. However, some people will. And so when you're dealing with people and that psychopathy comes out and they are inheriting traits from different elements of their family element, it just don't work out. So this is the thing. It's kind of troublesome and alarming when someone asks you, why didn't you go see somebody and they know y'all didn't get along? What is the purpose in that? Okay, so as an adult, it makes a lot of sense for someone that's mature, filled with wisdom, that believes in a higher power, being the Lord, to not chase after or go after or be in submission to or be hunting down people that they don't get along with. And it doesn't always matter who the person is. So my personality, I got something to do with my time other than hunt down people that I don't get along with. And so when people ask you these type of questions, I don't know if the lady thought about what I do with my life. And in turn, also, I make responsible emotional decisions. And it is a responsible emotional decision to not be flying out, bringing someone in your home on a regular that you don't get along with. It just don't make no sense. And like I said earlier, these decisions can lead to mental institutions, grave sites, and prisons and jails. No one should be asking you that. Just like I had enough respect for her not to ask her why she didn't want to talk to the person. I never questioned it because it's an adult decision. When I asked her in 2018, or told her when I transferred the message, not asked, because who asked to speak to the lady was the relative that passed away. I was on the phone and I mentioned to her that she asked to speak to her. And she said, "No, I don't want to speak to her." That was the nasty attitude she had. But see, I had enough respect to respect her adult decisions. You got to start getting involved with more people that are able to treat you in the respectful way that you treat them. The same way I didn't question her about that adult decision, she shouldn't be questioning me about my adult decision of not going there to see the person. I mean, it's sad, but at the end of the day, everybody not gonna get along with their immediate family members. There's just not, they're not, y'all. Oh, and I'm gonna give y'all another little update. I'll do another video about it. And this is another adult decision that I am making. I I did my videos. I just uploaded the videos on the no contact with my biological sister, right? However, see, I'm guided by the Lord, okay? And so I received what that did when I decided to go in no contact with my biological sister. I think that the energy of that is felt, and I started getting more calls from my sister. See, I'm not sure if I want to be in no contact with my sister or I want her to be more involved in the sisterhood. And so I got a funny video, y'all. I talked to my sister because she called me. She contacted me, and we had this interesting debate with this Hebrew Israelite that she's around. So I'll do a video on that. And so nothing bad came out of accepting the call. But I'm going to explain this to y'all. Y'all could tell I was pissed off in those videos that I just uploaded about the no contact regarding my biological sister. But I'm going to explain something to y'all about my sister. Even though she needs some work on herself, and she uses that passive aggressive language. A lot of what she's saying, she just keeps it to herself. But what that means is she does have some level of self-control. If somebody is thinking in their head of calling you the B word and they don't say it, it's still some hope for the relationship. My biological sister and I, we don't call each other bitches. We might get pissed off at each other and be thinking it. However, we've never said it out of our mouth. Okay, so see, if you want to do what you call a minimal no contact, if you want to try to graduate from a complete no contact to a minimal contact, which also includes that person making more of an effort, you're not having this relationship by yourself. It's reciprocal and you want to give it a chance, then that's different. However, this immediate relative that passed away, it wasn't the same level of respect. My biological sister and I, even though I get pissed at her and she can be an asshole sometimes, I've had a better, more genuine relationship with my biological sister than I did with the immediate relative that passed away. And that's just being honest. My sister is my immediate relative too. I mean, my other immediate relative that passed away in Texas. So I just wanted to give you the update on that. And I'll be putting this under the no contact videos with my sister. And I'll continuously just update you, but I just wanted to update you with that information, okay, on how that went. And the reason I have to update you on that is because I am not dishonest on this channel. I'm not just going to leave those videos there and make you think I'm still in no contact, because I'm not here to lie. Now, it could very well end up being a complete no contact. But for right now, I'm just going to make it minimal. And actually, me answering that phone call when my biological sister called me, I have a video idea. So that wasn't a bad call. I have a very beneficial video idea that I will be doing because of that call. So, hey, if calls are going to be coming in from relatives and friends and it leads to a video, oh well, it's not a bad thing. Okay, so however, I'm not reaching out to my biological sister as often as I used to. Let me point that out. So I guess you could still kind of say I'm in a no contact in some way because I'm not making the calls. She is. So that's what you want. Reciprocal relationships where they do the work too. You ain't just doing all the work. Healthy relationships involve both people doing their part. So going back to the question when my no contact was questioned, like I said, I did that original video July 24th. About a month, 4 to 5 weeks later, I cut contact with the lady that asked me that because I just don't need that type of stuff in my life. And it's an adult decision. I mean, it's common sense, and it's more disturbing for somebody to ask you, why didn't you go see them more, when they know how toxic it was and how much y'all didn't get along. You didn't get along. That's common sense. So I need wisdom filled people around me, logical, common sense minded people. I don't care even if you're on the phone with me. People that respect my decisions. Okay? That lady showed that she's not respecting my decisions. Why didn't I go see her more? Why didn't the person bring themselves out of Texas like I asked them to in 2018? It's time to come out of Texas. And if you watch my videos enough and tuned into my videos, you know I believe in man-made deaths and how we all have death dates. However, you're only going to die on one of those dates. So I'm not in the belief that it was her time to go. I believe she wasn't supposed to be down there anymore, and she did not flee the scene and get out of there. You know, you got to choose to save yourself too. But some people give up on saving themselves. When people acting narcissistic, they act like they can't die, y'all. When you be telling people, get out of that part of town, imagine how many people been in hoods and have had their life threatened on a regular basis, and somebody out of town or in another suburb in the same state, not another suburb, but they told them, get out the hood, get out the city, man. A lot of those people in the hood, y'all, they had relatives that tried to get them out of that situation. Literally telling them, come on, man, come on, ma'am, come on out here with us. Because see, when people are having their lives threatened and stuff like that and being shot at, they calling their relatives out of town, and they calling their relatives in other suburbs that's outside of the city, in the hood that they're in, and telling those relatives, my life is being threatened. I'm in harm's way. And they're telling them, come on, man, come on, miss, come on out of that. And they don't leave the hood. Don't think that everybody in the worst hoods have to be there. Most of them may, due to poverty, but some of them have had good friends and relatives that have asked them to flee the area and offered to let them stay with them. And they stayed in the hood and got shot down, ran down, injured so they were paralyzed, raped, Many things happen to people because they won't flee the area when asked to. And I refer to that as death dates. And now that death date is now going to be made solid and permanent because the person made the choice. You understand? You got choices in your life when it comes to your death too. When I developed high blood pressure because I gained a few pounds, I could choose to put on 100 more pounds and have a massive heart attack when I already know that my body can't handle the little weight I did gain. Why would I go eat up 10 packs of cookies a day, eat a bunch of pasta, eat a bunch of red meat? I don't eat pork, y'all. And eat a bunch of chicken and fish or whatever I want to eat, potato chips, candy, eat all that crap and put on 100 pounds and have a massive heart attack, or have to be on all these high blood pressure medications till I have an allergic reaction to one of the medications and die. That's a choice. But I don't make choices like that. I try to, y'all. I try. In that particular case, I didn't make a choice like that because I don't want that death date. I don't want that massive heart attack, extra 100-pound death date. I don't want to be on my 600-pound life show, surviving it. I don't even want to live in that situation. If I got to be bound to a bed and barely could walk to the bathroom and be 600 pounds, I don't want the life. That's not a life worth living for me. But I wouldn't put myself in that situation because food and drinks is an addiction and you have to control that. So ultimately, I just wanted to let you know how when these questions are asked, because you could go back and go in the description and watch the video when your no contact is questioned. And I want to reset my life. Like the SCG show said, I started a playlist where he talks about resetting your life when you go no contact. And I want to be around people that respect my decisions. They don't have to agree with it, but don't question my decisions that have caused me no harm. I don't know what that lady was looking for. I don't know if she's looking for some kind of remorse. I don't know if she wanted me to have a nervous breakdown because she asked the question. I don't know if she's looking for a sucker that's actually going to respect the question when it's a question that's definitely a violation. It's just like I didn't violate her. When she told me in 2018 she didn't want to talk to the person that passed away, I didn't question her because she has a right to choose who she don't want to talk to, just like I have a right to choose who I don't go visit or who I can visit. And to be honest with y'all, myself and the relative that passed away in Texas, we had a lot of financial problems in our life. And when I say financial problems, single mom, being single moms, there was a lot of different issues. Where I stay is very expensive. She struggled financially, so did I. We made it through it. She struggled towards the end more than I did because she was jobless, homeless, and there was a lot of different circumstances going on. Her children were living with other people. So towards the end of her life, she was in more of a struggle than I was. However, the Lord has allowed her to be removed from that. And we can't live in a regret about somebody dying because we all got to do it. I got to do it too. if you outlive me, you're going to be waiting on me to upload. And you're not going to see an upload because I'm dead. Unless one of my relatives take over my channel and they start uploading. I don't know. Maybe that could happen. Maybe I would leave the information to them to do that. But ultimately, we're all going to die, including me. So I am handling a lot of projects. And when you go no contact with people, what it does to y'all, it frees up some of your time because you don't have this responsibility in your life. You don't have to talk to them on the phone. You don't have to visit. You can actually focus more on healing, which that's what I should be more focused on. It's just healing more and more. And that sad management I did was just remarkable. This particular lady was also telling me things like you can't plan how to heal or whatever way she said it, because I was like, you absolutely can plan these things. We're taught that we can't plan it. We're taught that you got to cry every day. And I did videos about that. It makes no sense. I told y'all that the relative and I, she made a choice at the end of her life to be in no contact with me, which she did me a favor, and that was a gift to me because that's helping me heal too. Because it's like I went through the grieving process as if she was already passed on way before she died. So I got super blessed, and she offered that blessing to me, whether she did it intentionally or unintentionally. But she told me she loved me with all her heart before she passed away. And that's what I want to focus on, not a friend or lady asking me, why didn't I go see her more? That friend don't care. And that's what motivated me to go in a no contact with that particular lady, because what I can't stand is a hypocrite. Why didn't she speak to her? But see, this is the thing with me. I respect adult decisions. So I'm not going to question her about that. I'm not going to be tit for tat. And see, you got to learn to teach people lessons, right? And so when people are that evasive and they ask you things they shouldn't, extremely private things, when they do that, okay, because she's noticing, okay, well, you didn't go see this person or whatever often enough. You know, you should have went to go see this person more. That's her opinion of why she's suggesting that by the question she asks of why didn't I do it. So she sees that. But see, the way you get people to silently respect you more, give her the same dose that you gave the immediate relative. You got to let people know, why didn't I go see him more? Now you're going to be asking why I don't talk to you anymore. And the reason I say that is, who does she think she is? Why does she think she's so special? Why can't she be cut off too? Why does she feel like she can ask me God-like questions? Because when people question your adult decisions, rational adult decisions, like I told you earlier on in this video, it is not a bad decision to choose not to go around or visit people often or at all when you do not get along with them. It goes back to my mother's advice. And see, I'm an obedient child. I followed my mother's advice. So I'm on this video doing this video. Not unalived down in Texas. See, that relative, was a disobedient child to both her parents, not just one. And both her parents are still alive. And unfortunately, she's unalived. But like I said, it's also a good thing because she no longer has these burdens of life. Actually, she's the lucky one. I'm going to end this video with this. Be careful with people that are questioning your adult decisions that you made in your life. I wasn't running around in no streets. I wasn't running around on no drugs. And I'm not downgrading anybody if they were. I was living a very responsible lifestyle on the West Coast. And the person that asked me this knows that. And I want to be around people that's respecting my adult decisions because I respected hers. Minimize or cut complete contact with people that are not treating you the way you treat them. Because you got to be involved with people that are respecting you. Because maybe you're not supposed to be around for the next question, y'all. You know, and I'm going to be doing some videos about the gaslighting friend. And sometimes the Lord is removing you so you're not around for their next silly question. You're an adult, make decisions, live with your decision, and move on. I love y'all so much. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please leave a comment. I'm always open to questions. I appreciate you tuning into this video. Thank you. Bye. Have a wonderful day.